How y'all doing? It's time for another edition of Way Back Wednesday. And this time we're going to look at DeAgostini models, and this is the American Car Collection. This is part 4 in the series, and it's the final part of it. I'm going to show you the remaining 14 cars. What you're looking at right now is a 1971 Mercury Comet GT. Ford Motor Company made this in the early to mid 70s. They put a 302 V8 motor in it, a small V8. But in that little car, that was really getting it. That's about the size of a Ford Capri. It's also the sister of the Ford Maverick. Ford Maverick. This is Mercury's version. Let's take a close look at it. It's got dual painted mirrors on it. That was a sporty option that you could get on this GT package. The pinstriping. It's got the BFG raised white letter tires on it. Dual exhaust. Sharp little car. It's got a manual transmission. Nice one. Mercury Comet. Next up, we've got a GMC. A GMC Sprint, 1971. GMC put a 454 in this car. And with that lightweight rear end, that thing would get on it. That's a 7.4 liter. It looks just like the Chevrolet El Camino. And it also looks like the Holden, made in Australia. Let's get a good look at it. Got those raised white letter tires on it. This has got Goodyear tires on it. And it's got something on the hood up there. Let's see. Let's see what it says. Can you read that up there? Anyway, it's a cool looking car. Just take a look around it. It's got the dual exhaust coming out both sides of the back end. That's cool. I had a friend of mine had one of these. It was the El Camino version. His was the opposite colors, the black and white. 1971. That's a good year for muscle cars. They were really getting on it at that time. All right, next up, we got an Oldsmobile. 442. 1968. 442. That stands for 4 barrels, 4-speed manual transmission, and dual exhaust. 442. It's got a nice paint job on it. Got the red line tires on it. It's pretty cool. Another big mean V8. You see on the grill right there, it says 442. Nice, pure muscle. All right, next one up, we got a Chevrolet Z28, 1977. This was at the end of the muscle car era. 1977, that was a good year. I remember it well. Z28. It probably got a 350 in this, I would say. It's got some nice wheels on it. It's a cool car. Really nice one. All right, next up, we've got a Ford this time. Got a Shelby GT 500, 1968. Carroll Shelby inspired car. Check out those little vents on the side right there. Those are cool. Those air intake, air duction, whatever they call that, air vents, air ducts. Try to get it out here. Got one on the bottom, got one on the top. That's just super cool right there. Look at that profile. Isn't that nice? Get a look inside there. It's got those rear lights that when you turn on the blinker, it'll start on the end and work its way to the middle. That's cool. That was a cool concept. Shelby GT 500. All right, this time we got a Buick. Buick Skylark Grand Sport, 1966. Going back a little bit. Grand Sport. It's a nice one. Kind of looks like a Chevelle a little bit. Got some lint on there. See that? GS Grand Sport. It's super cool looking. Nice. All right, next one we've got, this time we got a Plymouth. Plymouth Duster, 1973. It's got a 340 in it. Cool car. Got those hood scoops on there. Really cool. 340. Let's get it down a little bit. That's a nice, excuse me, nice color on that too. All right, next up, got another Oldsmobile. Now this is one that you just really didn't ever, I had never even seen this car before. An Oldsmobile Rally 350, 1970. It's a pretty car, got nice colors. Got sport mirrors, spoiler, rear spoiler. This was a package you could get with the Cutlass, the Oldsmobile Cutlass. It says right there, Cutlass. Rally 350. Firestone tires. Super Sport tires. Well, got out of the picture. Cool one. Alrighty, next one. This time we've got another Shelby. One of my favorite cars of all time. Shelby Cobra 427. That is a sweet ride right there. Look at that. Sam Feinstein. Feinstein Racing. Love those wheels. Big side pipes on it. Check that out. That interior is really nice. That's a sports car right there. 1964. It's early on Carroll Shelby stuff there. So they took that, he started out racing those AC Cobras. All righty. Next one, got another Ford Mustang Cobra 2, 1977. This is one of those cars that had a small, it may have had a V6 in it, small V8. It looks good, but it's not as quick as you would think it would be. Still a pretty cool looking car. Got ET slots on it. That's the wheels. Cobra 2. You know, one of the Charlie's Angels, they drove one of these Mustangs in that period of time. It wasn't a Cobra. Sharp car. Nice little pony car. Speaking of pony cars, it's a Vega. Chevrolet Vega. Except this Vega went to Don Yenko's place. Don Yenko was a high-performance guru. Turned a lot of cars. The Yenko Stinger Coupe. They did the Copo, Camaro. Did a few cars. Put packages on them. Modified the motors and the suspension. Gave them that nice look. Got that front spoiler. I actually had one of these. That was my first car. I bought it new. Well, it wasn't new. It was 2 years old. It was a 73, and I bought it in 76. Paid $800 for it. I drove that car to death. It had that aluminum motor, aluminum block. And, of course, it warped. I tried to repair it and ended up having to buy another motor. But that was still a cool little car. That was supposed to have been an economy car to compete with the likes of the Toyota Celica and the Datsun B10, 210, I think. But when Yenko got a hold of it, he turned it into a race car. And it's cool looking. Nice looking car. Kind of looks like a baby Camaro. Cool car. Yenko. All right. Next up, Pontiac GTO. Royal Bobcat. Now I think they sold these cars up in Canada, because I've never seen one or heard of one until I got this diecast. Now, of course, I've heard of the GTO, but this package, the Royal Bobcat, 1969. It's got a nice color scheme to it. I think the U.S. version was the Judge. It's still a nice car. Got red line tires. It's got a little bit of writing there on the side, but man, that's too little for my eyes. It's got Ram air in it. Air induction there. Sweet one. All right. Then we've got one of the greatest race cars of all time, the Ford GT40 Mark I, 1967. This is when Ford got heavy into GT racing in the 60s. Henry Ford II wanted to win Le Mans, and he did in 66 and 68. Won the world championship in 66 through 68 with this same car. One race, 1966, I believe it was, they finished first, second, and third place. You know, Henry Ford tried to buy Ferrari, and Enzo wouldn't sell it to him. And I don't think it was about the money. That's a classic Ford race car. You know what they say about Fords? F-O-R-D, found on road dead, fix or repair daily, but first on race day. 1967. Great period of time for endurance racing. All right, we got one more. Got another Mercury. The last one. Mercury Marauder X100, 1969. It's a big car with a big motor. It's actually like a souped up luxury car. It's a pretty sharp little car right there. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the series. If you'd like to check out all of the parts of the series, look at the playlist. There'll be one attached to the end of the video. Tell me what you think of all these American classic cars. Love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the video, to the channel if you'd like to see more of this kind of stuff. And I'll see you next week with another Way Back Wednesday. Have a good one.